What do we have to do, Slongi?
We have a Hirajuku princess transforming her goth boyfriend.
You cannot just make words up, Slongi. Let's go.
All of my fashion is pastel colors, a complete mix between Harajuku fashions.
I suppose if I...
You and I.
Oh, there's another thumbnail.
By the way, if any of you know what Hirajuku means, please just tell us in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. And after you do that, click subscribe.
To describe my style, it's a mixture between scene, emo, goth.
We're going to be doing
What is... So I know what emo and goth is. What is this scene like?
Don't know. You tell us that too, please.
We're going to be making Magical Harry happen.
Let's just hope it's not total disaster.
It's gonna be good.
Absolutely.
I'm Krista Magica. I'm 21 years old. I love everything pink, sparkly, and magical.
I'm Harry Valentine. I'm a 23-year-old alternative person, goth, emo, whatever you want to call it.
What does even that mean? I'm an alternative person. Like, we have like 8 people here, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm the alternative to the other 8. Begone, pest! Begone!"
Ow.
We've been
Ow.
together for almost 3 years. My first like proper style inspirations were for sure like anime, because I wanted to look like an anime girl. All of my fashion is pastel colors, and everything else is just kind of like a complete like mix between a lot of Japanese Harajuku fashions.
I suppose if I were to describe my style, I would say it's a mixture between a lot of different things, like scene, emo.
Have we seen that part already?
I would
Just in
say
different filters?
his mixture is contact lenses, a little bit of nose makeup, couple of lip rings, and some hair.
What about nose hair makeup?
I mean, maybe he has some nose hair makeup.
Goth, kind of like the goths and emos that I used to see in my childhood, but it kind of started to blossom to
He sort of still looks like he's in his childhood.
something a bit more unique. I started taking influence from Krista and my friends. It's kind of like a mix. We do give each other makeup advice. A lot of our makeup is shared. Actually, me and Krista have a lot of...
No one can tell their makeup was shared if they didn't say it themselves. That's actually pretty cool.
I think that's not pretty cool. I think one of the rules that we should have is we all have our own makeup.
Nah.
No? Oh. Very few times do Slongi and Stew
They're just
disagree.
about sharing. They're just learning it.
Well, they're not married.
Not yet. They're just
hope.
learning.
similarity
As I
in
said.
style, even though the color palette is completely opposite. I always feel like Krista is there to kind of help me make crazy additions a lot of the time.
I try to like really encourage Harry to like become like the magical alien prince. We're going to be doing makeup transformation. We're going to
Hey, didn't we see an alien prince recently?
Feels like it was just a couple of movies ago.
be making Magical Harry happen. We'll see how it goes. Should be interesting. Most of our house is decorated in a sort of like pastel, like kawaii style. I just like pink, and I like all things soft and fluffy, which is kind of weird because I'm such like a depressed and edgy person. Everything I own is kind of kawaii or cute in some way, like every single like toy.
Okay, fans. I would say here, we're going to say that she looks more like she's into curves and not edges, because if you look at her, she's kind of round around all of the edges. Not
What
particularly...
edges?
It's kind of bloody. You're right, Slongi.
Or cute in some way, like every single like toy I own is like an inspiration to me in some way. And you can find inspiration anywhere. We have a closet, but I basically have all my clothes rack showing because I like having my clothes on display. This is where we hide Harry's clothes.
If we went over on our channel before how my laundry basket is bigger than these people's collection of clothes.
Once again.
And I don't even really like clothes that much. They're like, oh, I have such a vast collection of clothes. And they're like, I have more socks that are dirty than you have clothes.
So they don't kind of interfere with my like kawaii aesthetic.
I just realized that she was saying kawaii, and I thought she was talking about Hawaii.
This is my computer.
I don't think this is
where
Hawaiian.
I do all my art and play video games. So basically, this is like where I spend like 90% of my day. I really
Shouldn't she go to work at some point during the day?
Work? Nah, who cares
wanna make
about
more clothing
work?
for my shop, but right now it's just a couple of t-shirts or like my designs that I get printed.
Me and Krista definitely have
You dare be better at designing than me?
I don't think so. I don't think she is better at designing. I think her designs are shit.
disagreements about things.
In my
I
opinion.
try to
Compared
divide
to
the
yours.
house
Yours.
so we both have like areas that are like representative of us.
There's just such a stark contrast between my
Yeah, he likes Lego. She doesn't like Lego. Legos have edges. Edgy. Her stuff, not calling her a fact check false.
area
Or
of
fat
the
chick
house
false.
and Krista's area, which
What
is
did you just call her? A fat chick false?
I've been producing my own music under the alias of Neptune. I make kind of EDM, electronic style music.
So
You
here,
dare be better at making music than me? I mean, that's a pretty low bar, but still.
so Slongi, did you notice that his keyboard's the same as my keyboard? Apex, SteelSeries, Apex Pro XL. You know, he's on the list. She's off the list, but he's on the list.
When I was younger, I think like my favorite bands used to be Muse, Radiohead, and The Strokes. I think that like the
We like The
gothic,
Strokes.
Culture has kind of creeped into my music a little bit. We attract quite a lot of attention when we go out. You know, I've been called a dirty grunger. I've been called, you know,
Because he's a dirty grunger, is that why they called him that?
Or maybe people are just jerks.
Yeah.
whatever.
Because of my anxiety, every time that I go outside, I think that people are staring at me anyways. And it's like, I pretty much always feel more confident when I'm going outside looking like this. Because I know that people are looking at me for a reason. And like,
Yeah, because you look fucking weird.
At least there's a reason.
It is a reason. Goodness. One of the things that disturbs me about the generation that are a little bit older than your generation is they own anxiety as opposed to experiencing anxiety. My anxiety, as opposed to, goodness, I felt anxious. It
Are you talking
drives
about Gen Y or Gen Z?
one of those.
Because I know I'm still
I
part
have
of Gen
power
Z.
over looking like this, and I have power over what people think of me.
If I look good,
It's funny, she has power what people think of her, so she dresses really unusual, so we judge her rather than just liking her for who she is. There's some backwards logic right there, fans.
I feel great about it. Like, I'm like, hey, I look unique. I look really cool. People like are looking at me and they know that I'm different. And
That there is pretty unique. I like, see, up until that picture, I'm like, hey, you just look like someone who paints their face paler, has black hair, has a couple of rings. Like, you don't really look unique.
This is
And then he
pretty
turns
unique.
up in the subway wearing a mask that looks and got. I haven't came across someone like that in at least 3 or 4 days.
I guess that feels kind of good. Even though I dress like this, I feel like I'm really into the sort of like kawaii fashion and kawaii everything. I really like that stuff. To be honest, like I don't think that I'm too dissimilar from that myself.
We're gonna make Magical Harry happen. I think Harry will look really good like you.
I'm nervous, actually. I think I'm gonna look like.
Are you nervous about this, Slongi?
Nah, I'm excited.
How is the anxiety that you own currently? Is it you're quite unanxious, right?
Yes.
So we have to own our anxiety, guys. It belongs to us. It's not something we experience, of course.
A little magical rainbow boy.
What if you like it more than like your normal look?
Then I'll wear it forever. Mark my words. Okay, so I have moisturized.
I think I liked him better with the makeup.
I'm like, yeah, before or after Slongi, we're gonna take the after. I mean, the before, like his unnatural self. I understand now why he wears the makeup.
My lenses are in because obviously we can't do that without me looking.
Okay, it's time to start. People online are always like, oh my god, oh, I wish you'd do my makeup. Like, no, they do not. They don't wish that.
Okay, so we're online, Slongi. We are online. Did we go? We would love her to do our makeup.
Oh.
Fact check. False.
I don't wear makeup. Neither does he. You can tell.
I don't wish it at all.
Big reveal at 100 views, though.
god.
This is amazing.
This is pretty awesome, right?
Yes.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That was crazy.
This is amazing. I'm not slow clapping out of it being bad. I'm slow clapping because it's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's so
This is an upgrade right here.
So much like you. It's just so weird.
You should have dyed his hair too.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool, Slongi. Would we agree?
Dye his hair and it'll be even better.
Yeah, add some pink to those black locks. Absolutely.
I guess I have.
Make the locks more luscious.
No. I couldn't. I think that there's a reason that I dress the way that I do, and I think that, like, it's fun to do something like this, but I don't think it would be something that sticks.
I for sure think that I'm still going to be weird, even when I'm like 60, 70 years old. I'm gonna be that weird, like, old lady down the street.
I would feel a bit sad
I fact check. True that she will be the weird old lady down the street.
if I completely go away from alternative style and alternative fashion. But I do kind of hope somewhere that, like, in my heart, that I am still like this when I'm older. Maybe both me and Krista will be when we're an old married couple.
I was hooked on that look.
You know, Slongi, they did not do anything that was awful. And
That was amazing.
they seem pretty happy with their decisions. They're not, even though, like, I dislike the young lady's like, oh, my anxiety. People judge me when I look like this, but when I look like I normally look, they don't judge me, but I have anxiety because people judge me. Her logic was flawed in that, but you know, she's happy. He's happy. I thought he looked better as his remake, his what was it?
Magical Prince.
Magical Prince. There we go. So I don't think we made fun of anyone in terms of service for realsies this time. I think we were pretty happy the whole way through.
Yeah, we loved his one. easily in the top 10 at least.
Definitely in the top 10. If you guys think differently, watch more of our videos, tell us how you rank them. And Slongi, what do we say at the end?
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and goodbye, everybody.
Everyone needs a magical prince.